Hello to each and everybody. My name is Liz, for those who doesn't know. And yeah, welcome aboard. Guys, I'm doing something really new in the channel, okay? Some of you requested for me to react to something totally different from what we're used to. So I don't know. I'll just give everybody the chance to really, see if I find it interesting, if we all find it interesting, and if it spreads awareness or anything like that. Guys, this is a, from Rotten Mango Summary, and this is entitled, The Worst Mom on TikTok and Proud Prison Wife, The Case of Ash Trevino. Okay, so first things first, I heard about, in the shorts, I've seen, this, based on the thumbnail, I've seen this woman, on TikTok, probably, was it? But it's mostly, I've seen her in, the shorts in, in YouTube. So I don't have TikTok for some reason, but don't ask me. But yeah, but I don't really know the gist of what's the story all about. But we're all here to find that one out. And yes, shout out to the original uploader of the video, Rotten Mango Summary. I do hope they don't mind us reacting to this one. But either way, guys, come on. I hope this somewhat will spread awareness or knowledge to each and everybody, whatever this may be. And I do watch Rotten Mango, by the way. And I know that she's covering real life scenarios, real life happenings all around the globe. So yes, this is a real story, I believe. Guys, you have to correct me if I'm wrong. So by the way, guys, I will be linking the link of this particular video on the description box below. So I urge you please to go ahead and support the original uploader, Rotten Mango. Please go ahead and check her out. Her videos are chef's kiss. They're she's a great storyteller, by the way. So yes, there's that. And yeah, without delay, let's go ahead and check this one out. 1, 2, 3, let us play this.
Bada bing, bada boo.
As of recently, a woman named Ash Trevino becomes one of the more perverse additions to TikTok Live. Ash Trevino is a 36-year-old woman from Texas. She likes to date men in prison that are accused of doing heinous things and documents all of this on her TikTok live streams. Ash Trevino, the now infamous inmate hopper. She will be on the phone with inmates during her live streams, just spewing words out of her mouth. You're my 30th inmate. Did I not tell you that? You really are. I swear. I've been with 30 inmates.
You're my 30th inmate. Did I not tell you that? I'm not with no one, just with you, but I've already married too.
She says that she will be open and fine with dating an inmate that has charges of SA on a child. That's fine for her. She has this moment where she talks about how murder charges and SA charges are not that crazy because every single person she's been with has had those charges.
Wait, please, for the love of whatever, I do hope she doesn't have any children of any form whatsoever. Come on, because that statement coming from her is crazy. That alone, right? If she kind of exposes her, if she does have kids in these type, man, I mean,
what? She is 36. She has two daughters,
be proud about
16 and 13.
Oh!
And she believes that the internet is unjustly trying to get them taken away from her. Ashley addresses this in a live stream saying,
y'all are really trying to get my kids taken from me, and it's not going to happen. Do you know how many CPS cases I've had on me in the last 4 months?
Did she just brag about she had 20 cases on her?
And nothing has happened. That's her flex.
Oh my God.
Texas, one of the main things CPS workers are looking for is kitchen and food availability. The guidelines are along the lines of kitchen should have healthy, readily available food. She will spend nearly $800 at the grocery store and just come home with different variations of hot Cheetos and sour candies. She is spending $700, $800 on chips and snacks during these grocery hauls. There is not a fresh leaf in sight. The next thing CPS looks for are appropriate sleeping arrangements. This is a big one. When Ash is doing a live stream, she's showing off her apartment. She does a quick peek into her daughter's room. They share a room. And netizens are very quick to point out, wait, is that a singular air mattress on the floor for both the girls to sleep in? She gives her daughters an air mattress, not because of her lack of funds. It is her gross misappropriation of those funds. She's constantly on TikTok lives doing these hauls. She says things like, $3,000 is like dirt to me because I don't need it. It's trash, but if y'all need it, I'll throw it to you. She says, I kid you not, I already bought 2 Louis purses over $6,000 within a month, but she can't afford beds for her kids? It is expected by CPS that parents provide a safe environment for their children. Her younger daughter, E, has to go to the hospital one day, and Ashley, instead of taking her, jumps on another TikTok live and says, guys, this is my sickly baby. That's the one that I have to go take to the hospital and go get tested in a couple weeks.
CPS for real.
Nothing else because she doesn't want me to. Mere minutes later, I don't even think 10 minutes have passed. She says, if y'all want me to tell you about my baby girl's health, go ahead and send the galaxies. Galaxies being $15 donations on TikTok.
For real? Are you freaking for real?
If y'all want me to tell y'all about my baby girl's health, go ahead and send the galaxies.
She's willing to sell her daughter's medical history for the highest bidder.
Oh my gosh, this is insane.
Ashley's live streaming. She's walking into her room dancing. One of her daughters is throwing up in the hallway. She tells her mom, Mom, I just threw up. She turns around and keeps dancing.
Mom, I threw up while you're dancing.
Oh my golly.
She admits to her viewers on live that she used to have this crazy animosity towards her eldest daughter. She claims that she would get so upset that she would grab her daughter H by the hair and yank her to the ground. And she's saying all of this proudly.
Whenever we lived with her dad, I used to pull her by the hair because I was so mad at her. Like, I feel like he loved her more than he loved me. And so, like, I took my anger out on him.
But it does get worse.
No. Oh my golly.
An Ash Trevino live stream, there's always one thing that's brought up, used, seen, just peeking from the side somewhere like a little stalker, and it's her adult device, specifically one that is shaped like a rose. I'm just going to call it the rose. She's charging the haunted rose. And I guess one of her kids spots it and is like, what is this that's charging?
Ew, why is that thing charging?
Can you leave my rose alone?
And the daughter asks, what's her name? Who? The rose, what's her name? Oh, I haven't named her yet. What should we name her? We should name her H. She says her name, her own name. The daughter says her own name. Because she's 16. She doesn't know what's going on. And the mom says, ew, I don't want to name her that. All the things that people are trying to report to CPS. Ashley is on the phone with a romantic interest of hers. He's on speakerphone, and Ashley has her daughter right next to her. The guy asks her,
hey, can I ask you a question? Can I take you to my crib?
Sure, go ahead. Just don't fucking take advantage of my daughter.
Oh my.
Just don't make me
Okay, evil do exist. I mean, I don't want to sound harsh because I really don't know the background, but what background should I look for? I mean, what background should I know of? I mean, I don't know. This is too much. This is just way too much for a mother to be doing. I don't know. This is no.
Exactly. But the alarming stuff comes in by the types of people that she decides to surround herself and indirectly put in her daughter's paths.
Exactly.
She goes on a live stream to talk about writing to Chris Watts, the infamous killer who killed his wife and his 2 kids. Her friend tells her that he's evil, that he killed his wife and kids. And Ashley responds, well, maybe he killed his wife because he's not happy. And Ashley Trevino gets known on TikTok for being an inmate hopper. But it really all starts with this very awkward moment when she live streams herself picking up her boyfriend of 9 months from jail while he's being released. Within 3 days of Jesse being out, she's calling him her husband. He doesn't even look excited to be a free man. It almost appears by some netizens' perspectives that the prospect of him getting into bed with Ashley Trevino, he'd rather go back into his cell. There are also some very strange moments in this whole relationship saga with Jesse. Ashley goes on live where her daughters are her moderators. She states, to be honest, you guys, it's just going to give Jesse more clout. Just kidding. He has an 8-inch.
I mean, the first day we did it like, 5 or 6 times?
Oh my God.
I literally could feel him like up here. And I would tell him like, it hurts. Like,
and every single time we didn't use protection. And he never pulled out. Meanwhile, Jesse is on a separate live stream where he claims that he had to put a blanket to cover Ashley Trevino's entire body and face because he could not get excited for activities.
Oh my God.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, no, I'm not. Even when they live stream together, he looks like he wants to keep a safe 6 feet social distancing space between them. The relationship lasts somewhere in the ballpark of 8 business days. Soon after their breakup, Ashley starts hinting at the fact that she might be pregnant. But those days that she would have known that she was pregnant or potentially pregnant, she was just drinking and live streaming all the time. And ultimately, she addresses the pregnancy situation by saying, "Were you ever pregnant? Yes, unfortunately, I was. But the stress gets to you. So unfortunately, I was. And I was very sad, but I was happy at the same time." Hinting at the fact that she suffered from a miscarriage from the stress. But later on, Jesse explains in a live stream that Ashley terminated the pregnancy, or at least that's what he thought, that she did not suffer from a miscarriage. To which Ashley responds on live,
Nobody was supposed to know that I had an abortion.
Oh my God, this woman is sick. I mean,
I didn't want to have his baby.
crazy. This is just insane.
I absolutely believe in my freedom of choice as a woman, but I think the difference between having it be a choice versus having a miscarriage are completely separate things, especially in this situation. Netizens were obviously sympathizing with her, donating so much more to her because they thought that she had suffered this very traumatic thing that a lot of netizens can relate to. But it was a lie. In another clip, she says,
He's just mad because I aborted our baby.
Oh
I
my
never
God.
wanted to have his kid anyways.
I'm literally glad I got rid of our baby.
Oh my God.
with Jesse's relationship with Ash Trevino, that's where
it's
she
driving me
really
insane.
starts gaining a lot of TikTok fame. But people find out this is not her first relationship with an inmate. In fact, there was a previous one that she documented heavily through Instagram by the name of Isaiah Gonzalez. She had brought her 2 very young daughters. At this point, the eldest was about 10 years old when she brings them to prison to meet this prisoner that she has now decided to marry. This is not the girl's biological father, but she almost convinces them, or maybe she's telling them to call him daddy, or is convincing them that this is their new daddy. I don't know. She writes, "You can see the happiness on his face. Our first family picture,
Oh my
only
God.
one more glass visit until he gets to hug us all." Which I'm not sure you should be taking your children to prison to hug random inmates, but she even introduces Isaiah as the youngest's daddy to the world. She keeps doing this. She's saying, this is E's daddy. But
Oh, no.
he's not. He's not
Oh my
biologically
gosh.
her dad. He's not her dad anything. She posts another one where Isaiah is holding E, her youngest daughter, in his arms, physically, during visitation. She captions it, "Today we had the best visit with my husband and her daddy. It's always hard leaving him behind." She posts 2 pictures captioning, "Life had us in different paths, but just know he makes me happy and he asked me to marry him and I said yes. I am future Mrs. Gonzalez." This is
Oh
where
my
things
God.
start to escalate. On a live stream,
Oh my
Ashley is telling
God.
the story of how she first met Isaiah. And she says,
My prison life started in 2019. I reconnected with an old childhood friend, okay? Yes, I am 6 years older than this man. On our first phone call, he asked me to marry him. I liked him, so I said yes, and I've known him for years.
I knew him since since he was 11. I knew him since he was 11 and I was like 15, because I was like 15. So he had to have been like 9 when I first met him.
and she was interested in a 9-year-old boy. She used to tell
my
Isaiah's
God.
mom, because he grew up quick. I would tell his mom, like, "I'm going to be your daughter-in-law one day. I'm going to be your daughter-in-law one day." And she's like, "No, you're not. My son is too young for you." And then in 2019, I reconnected with her son.
Oh
In
my
prison.
God.
Yeah. And within 5 months, she announces her divorce. When Isaiah was 15 years old, he was involved in a very, very well, meticulously planned robbery that ends in a man's murder. He was sentenced to 45 years in prison. But Ashley is posting on Instagram a word vomit collage. "So blessed my husband was chosen to be the second look person today. Let's pray we can bring him home soon. I will continue to do what's needed for him as a wife and will always be his voice. Love my husband so much. Hashtag let's bring him home. Hashtag
Oh
proud
my
prison wife.
golly.
Hashtag my husband's biggest supporter." He's a killer. So let's go through and recap.
It's
all
not
of her
even funny
relationships.
anymore. I mean,
her very first relationship, or her very first prominent relationship, she marries her high school sweetheart. She has 2 children with him, the 2 daughters that are now 15 and 13. But the reason that the 2 get divorced is because that she cheats on him, allegedly, with a man in prison. So I will say that it seems the children's father is the only redeeming man in this story, at least as of right now. And it appears that he couldn't see the girls as much, not by his own choice, but it seems perhaps Ashley was making it very difficult for him. 2 years ago, in 2023, the children's father ends up passing away from leukemia. She does not, however, pass up the chance to not make this all about her. She says things like, that could have been me.
He didn't have to go. He wasn't doing anything. He didn't have to die. That could have been me.
And again, this is after her kids have asked her repeatedly to not talk about their father on live because they're grieving. They don't want to hear this. They don't want this business out there.
And that's why I'm saying maybe it took this tragedy for me to open my eyes up. And
I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore with this.
What the pain my babies would feel, not only with one parent gone, but with 2.
No, someone did not pass away from leukemia for your character development. That's not even a coherent sentence, Ashley. But then to make matters worse, while everybody is attending the funeral that she was not invited to, she is on live streaming dancing to songs that have lyrics like baby daddy, while his funeral is happening. So these are a few notable relationships that she has been in. In no particular order, you have Isaiah, the one that was convicted of murder of Muhammad, the manager of the gas station and father of 7 kids. Apparently, their relationship came to an end, according to Ashley, when Isaiah heard rumors in prison that weren't true, she claims. Rumors that she was talking to other inmates. Her next prison boyfriend is Noe Trevino. Noe was arrested in 2015 for stabbing a man outside of a nightclub. They get married in 2022. She's still married to him because she doesn't want to pay a $400-something fee to finalize their divorce. And that's where she gets the last name, Trevino.
That is crazy. So right now she's married.
Yes, to Noe Trevino, another murderer. Her daughter H says the guy is awful. Then you have Eli. Eli was in prison for strangling a woman. He's also free and constantly on TikTok live streams now. He was in prison for strangling a woman and also breaking his child's femur. He broke his 2-year-old daughter's femur. He slammed a truck door on his daughter's leg. Yeah. Whoa. This is all public information.
He's free now.
He's free, and they're constantly live streaming on TikTok together. He was in prison for strangling a woman. He's also accused of being an SAR by multiple women.
Oh my golly.
And somehow, Ashley, well, I guess not somehow, I would expect nothing less from her. She still has a cordial relationship here and there with Eli. Then most notably, you have her relationship with Francisco, and that is a huge part of the discourse, primarily for how heinous the crimes he committed were, but also because the 2 teenage girls he killed were 19 and 13. One of her daughters is 13. Her relationship with double murderer Francisco comes to an end, not because he killed 2 young girls, well, and then another, so 3, one of them almost the same age as Ashley's own children. It comes to its fateful demise because Ashley would constantly show him on her live streams when they were video chatting, letting him speak to her viewers, talking about his victims, laughing that he was innocent, making fun of his victims, which is clearly, she's not allowed to be live streaming their calls. He has his video call privileges revoked for 90 days. And that appears to be the extent of Ashley's undying love for criminals. Triple homicide? Debatable. 90 days without video chats is an unspeakable break in their relationship. That is a deal breaker. It cannot be. Then you have Ash Trevino's more recent relationship with someone that she jokes is going to be her daughter's new stepdad. This guy, his name is Santos.
That's a baby,
He's out
man.
in the free world, if you will. The allegation is that Ashley's oldest daughter, who was 15 when this took place, had shown her mom this guy's account of this random small TikToker and was like, I kind of have a crush on this guy. Look at him. He's kind of cute, isn't he, Mom? But Ashley instantly goes and starts flirting with Santos. She will go on lives with Santos. This random
This cannot be for real.
Didn't even
This
know
is not real.
existed until allegedly her daughter was like, hey, isn't this guy kind of cute? I kind of have a crush on him. Just talking about how she's going to breastfeed Santos. Telling him she's going to breastfeed him on live stream while she grabs her chest and is like jiggling her chest around. Santos even asks Ashley's daughter, how do you feel that your mom stole your crush?
Oh
To which
my
her daughter
freaking
claps
for real.
back, Santos, how do you feel about being bald? And Ashley just sits there. Why would you ask her that? Why would you ask her that? But Ashley tells her viewers, I've seen his pee-pee and he's already seen my nunu, okay?
I've already seen his pee-pee and he's already seen my nunu, okay?
This is where the word nunu is born. She also releases a song where she's like,
You want to know how it smells? As Santos, he know it smell well.
yeah.
Oh my
The
god.
whole thing is bizarre, and her relationship with her daughters is very alarming because the fact that this is her daughter's alleged crush and she feels comfortable doing this, and she's almost rubbing it, taunting it in her daughter's own face. So now with this going on, Ashley and Santos finally make arrangements to meet each other. And this is a boy that she has never met in person before. She has no established romantic connection with him, but she is publicly wiping her tears with a crumpled up tissue because he's not showing up to see her. And she made him a whole brisket.
As he should. As he should. I mean, come on.
I fucking hate him.
She never cooks for her kids, but she cooked him a brisket. Santos does end up making his way over to Texas to stay with Ashley.
How does that make you feel? Just kidding. Are y'all jealous because I'm in the same room as him or what?
Oh my god,
This
that's
is unfortunately
disgusting.
the very grim
For
beginning of
real.
the Santos saga. He will constantly be a reoccurring part of Ash Trevino's problematic world, and it's pretty obvious that he's just here for the fame. She will be live streaming Santos. She'll show him the haunted rose.
Look what I have charging.
Oh, you don't need that when you have me.
Oh my,
I need
this
it
is
for tonight,
disgusting.
I don't have you tonight. All I have is the FaceTime.
Yeah.
This is
Oh, you can use that
disgusting.
now.
This is
We're on live, we
disgusting.
can't.
Then there is
Disgusting.
the infamous flashing live stream. She is live stream battling Santos, and for whatever reason, she decides that she is going to start rubbing her whole chest while staring into the camera, biting her
Freaking
lips,
for real,
flaring her
man.
nostrils.
Are you
And
freaking
she
for
just
real?
does this for over a minute until fully her whole chest is out of her shirt on a TikTok live stream.
Wow.
She flashes a 19-year-old boy on a live stream. Santos is 19 years old. Ashley is 36 years old. The thing with Santos is he has allegations against him for SA. Ashley then goes on to have a huge falling out with Santos briefly, where she claims he SA'd her. I do
Okay.
believe that Ash Trevino can be a terrible person and can be SA'd, but I do think that in this situation, it's very hard to take the allegations seriously because she'll go and hop on a live stream with Santos after she makes these allegations.
You said I SA'd you?
You said that about me.
No, you said I SA'd you.
You said that about me.
Did I SA you?
All of this comes to a tumultuous boil when Ashley Trevino decides to take her kids onto her very first podcast appearance. She is going to the Bop House, which is a content house for OF creators based in Miami. I
Oh my
believe.
golly.
And Camille
bringing
is
her
going
kids.
to interview them. She's a famous OF creator. Camille asks them, have there been instances where your mother has expressed feelings of jealousy towards you, and how has that affected your relationship with her? Her eldest daughter, H, responds, there's this video going around of my mom being jealous of me when I was little for having a better relationship with my dad than she did. Meanwhile, Ashley is biting the inside of her cheek, staring her daughter down. She responds, I'm not jealous of her. I'm blessed to be able to give her the life that I've always wanted as a little girl. It just doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Ashley also used to work at a dentist's office up until December of 2024. She was talking about how she worked at a dentist's office. The practice was sold to new management that was going to come in, and some of the new managers were Indian American.
He gave us an option to stay with the new owners or leave. And I chose to leave because they were Indians. And I'm not working under no Indians. I'm sorry, I'm just not.
What? Yeah, she's racist. She literally, on one live stream, she was teaching her daughter slurs for all the races and ethnicities. It was really bad. But it's not true. She did not quit. Not that it makes her statement less racist. She was fired because netizens pulled clips of her doing I don't know, any one of her heinous things and send it to her bosses. In the interview with Camilla asks Ashley's children, do you think that maybe sometimes she can exploit situations to get views? I'm gonna be real, yeah. Ashley disagrees. She says if anything, she wants to protect her kids. To which E brings up the time that Ashley asked for Galaxy donations if they want to know about her health conditions, and Ashley says, oh yeah, but that was like a while back though, and you weren't even in the hospital. Eventually, Camille sends the kids out of the room so that she can talk to Ashley alone, and she says, Santos was caught licking your haunted rose on live. What the f*** are you doing with that?
And he licked your rose toy. Why did he do that?
Because Santos is a freak. Santos sleeps with everybody.
Did he sleep with you?
Am I supposed to answer that truthfully?
Yes.
Truthfully?
Yes. Did Santos sleep with you? Did you sleep with Santos, actually?
So, yes, we have done stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Twice.
2 separate occasions.
With a 19-year-old boy.
I didn't know he was 19 at the time.
And probably the most explosive question in the entirety of the podcast is when Camille asks, question, do the kids have beds? H responds, well, I don't live with my mom. At your mom's house then, do you have a bed? No. I'm going to zail you. I'm going to give you money. I want a bed, 2 mattresses, 2 of them. I want a headboard and 2 nightstands. I'm going to order that before you leave this house today. Later in the episode, Ashley still brags about how much money she makes and she starts giggling, and Camilla says, and her kids still don't have a bed, so what's so funny, Ashley? She laughs even louder and she's like, nothing's that funny when your kids don't have a damn bed. I'll tell you that right now. Now this podcast gets released, and
put her in her place,
like 7-8 million views. Ashley is pretty upset about this podcast. She alleges that Camille received like $60,000 for this podcast. I'm not sure where that allegation is coming from. If she had known that Camille was going to name the podcast The Worst Mom on TikTok, she would have never sat down for the podcast. She says, because I'm not the world's worst mom, but I'm always going to be the villain in everybody's story. I could sit here and go to church every day, every Sunday, give my life to God 100%, and you will still see me the same way you see me right now. A bad mom, alcoholic, whatever you want to call me, fat, ugly, whatever. Y'all are still going to see me in that way, even if I change my life.
That's so
but
true.
There has been back
That's
and forth
so
of Camille
true.
not purchasing beds for the kids yet. Ashley claims Camille is a liar. She's not purchasing the beds. Camille is claiming, I told you to send me the beds and you haven't sent me the ones that they wanted. So like, what do you want me to do? So netizens are just kind of confused on how bad of a mom can still have a platform and keep making more accounts. And more than that, still have people donating.
Exactly.
That doesn't make sense. It's terrifying. Yeah, these TikTok live streams are so scary. And people are saying that it might, I will say that a lot of people are treating the situation as a hee hee ha ha, lol cow, internet situation thing, to the point where when I briefly heard about some of the things Ashley Trevino did,
it should not be treated like that.
Because it seemed like people were just making fun of her making rap songs like My New New, Does It Stink, Does It Smell, stuff like that. But it's really serious. And one comment that highlights that is, all the CPS cases for Gabriel Fernandez were closed. Let that sink in. That means absolutely nothing. Can you imagine the horror stories these girls have since they were little? And with that, that is today's episode. What are your thoughts on Ash Trevino? I know that I wasn't able to encapsulate all of the things that she's done because she's on live practically every day and she's probably on live right now, but what are your thoughts? What do you think should happen to her? Let me know in the comments.
She should be in jail. I mean, if you're gonna ask me, like, really, no BS whatsoever, she should be in jail. She should be in jail for real, man. I'm not even, like, trying to be funny or anything like that. Because, and for people to be watching her continuously up to this point, I suppose, that doesn't make sense at all. Come on. I mean, what? Why? Make it make sense, please. Make it make sense. Because there's no reason. There is no reason. At least I cannot find no reason for somebody to be supporting this type of prison. I mean, maybe I'm mean for saying such thing, but come on. Whew. I don't know. My heart goes out to the children for real. I do hope that, nothing truly bad, although that's such a wishful thinking, unfortunately. But I do hope that, one way or the other, I don't know how to say it without really, sounding like because it doesn't really, I don't know, man. I just wish the children to be truly happy, to be truly safe, to be truly, their mental health is, is just holding on. And really, I just wish them nothing but the best. And wow, this is just way too much. I mean, I don't know.